Momoa had this movie on his back. He broke his back. And you said top 5 villain, top 3 villain. At this point, he might be the best villain in the franchise ever.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just quickly going back through all the movies. I mean, maybe Idris Elba, but I tend to almost not.
Statham?
Yeah, but then it's hard to help when they turn good. You can't really consider them the top villain anymore. But
Furious,
he was better.
I just
watched Furious 7. Momoa is better than Deckard Shaw in Furious 7. I would say that. And because he actually has first of all, the writing of this movie, abysmal, but at least something that they put effort in was going back to Fast 5 and building up this villain and how this is all about family. Everything comes back to family, even though it's very similar. They do the same thing with Deckard Shaw.
Yeah,
it's out of revenge for his brother. Yep. Now it's out of revenge for obviously the father of Jason Momoa in this film. They're doing the same thing, but at least Momoa is trying. Deckard Shaw, it's just Jason Statham being Jason Statham. It's you have Momoa trying something different, and people are making comparisons oh, he's a bit flamboyant, right? He's not taking it too seriously. He's great antithesis to what Vin Diesel is, Dom Toretto is here. Who takes everything seriously, who never made even a joke. It has a half a smirk. There is no shying away with Momoa here. He's got painted nail. He's got weird hairdos. He's got earrings. He's got
talks to dead people.
Bright. Yeah. He's almost like a Jack Nicholson 1989 Batman Joker vibe to him. He's dancing and prancing around. He's crossing his legs. It's just okay. Well, at least this is the only acting I legitimately saw in this movie, so I give props to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to go back to the Marvel point, I'm all over the map. We're all over the map.
No,
but go back to that where they split up into the groups, I really think it kind of hurt the pace of this movie too. And I think a big part of that was the director change mid-production. This was a Justin Lin, and then obviously Vin Diesel. Famously, when he returned to the franchise back in 2009 for the fourth one, gets a producer credit and kind of took the creative reins with Justin Lin on this franchise. And obviously that kind of split apart in this movie. And I think Louis Leterrier, the transporter, Incredible Hulk, Clash of the Titans background, I don't think could have put this together in this Avengers style. And we're all split up. The family split up. I don't think he put this together well at all. I think the pacing was pretty poor. And there were a couple storylines that I was intrigued with. I agree with you guys. I think the Jacob Toretto storyline was not necessarily intriguing, but it was actually decent. And obviously Jason Momoa. But after that, I could have cared less for the others, to be honest.
That's why I just give so much props to the MCU, because everyone tries to replicate what they've done, right? Have these stories that are told and then intertwine all these characters and their backgrounds. And you see how difficult it is, and you're bringing back all these characters, and then you have to reintroduce characters to audiences and almost have to explain it at the runtime that keeps on expanding. It's just something about the MCU. It seems like the backgrounds were built in, the performances are strong, and then there is a purpose for the characters. You don't feel the purpose at all in the Fast and Furious movies, and it's more a what the hell is going on? How is this person still alive? I literally watched a funeral scene with this character, and all of a sudden they're here again. It's happened time and time again in this franchise. But I want to talk about some of the performances here. John Cena, what I liked about this movie is his performance, and they just let John Cena be John Cena, do what he's best at. When you saw him play Jacob Toretto, right, in the last movie, it almost he was stone-faced. It was almost like Winter Soldier vibes from it's Bucky Barnes, it's just he's just straight up killer, right? Government agent, things like that, or underground agent. And here it's John Cena is just good at being funny. He's great at relating to kids. And he can bring levity to this movie. And they're just John Cena, be John Cena, And that's what I respected about it, And I feel the freedom he got and Momoa got, I just didn't sense it with the rest of the cast. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Sticking with John Cena, what I guess now that I'm thinking, the fact that there wasn't a drastic change shows up in F9, his first appearance in the franchise, and we don't know much about him. They do a bunch of the backstory stuff, and now he just showed up, and it really felt like just a completely different character. Yes,
Mhm.
he's the brother or the half brother. I can't exactly remember, but of both the Mia and Dom. But just all of a sudden, I don't know. He we haven't gotten enough of him, and so then he just showed up in this movie and seemed completely different,
Mhm.
and it worked. I paid more attention when it was his storyline going on, but just kind of a big jump from the last movie where he drove off, not even with the family. Didn't get the invite to the barbecue at the end of F9, but
Right.
he's here in charge of Dom's son in Fast X.
I
So
thi-
we're missing something
When
there.
when
I
like
think
when he gets to the house to like help save Mia and the son, I was like, oh wait, crap, he's sisters with Mia technically.
exactly.
Yes.
I totally forgot. I was like, why do they know each other? Oh, they're siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I agree with you. Like John Cena, like definitely more himself. Like he's so much better when he's in more of a uppity comedic role. Like you're thinking Sisters, Trainwreck, Peacemaker, even like Peacemaker. Like that's just more of his bag, not like F9 or crap, what's that Bumblebee? You know, like when he's like the serious agent. Like no, like he's got to be in a comedic role
Mhm.
and utilize his strength in WWE, like charisma, but also strength, literally. So I think that this was more up his alley, and I like no spoilers. I'm interested to see like outside of this franchise where his career ends up because he is getting older, and Peacemaker does seem to be the pinnacle of his stardom, I guess, in Hollywood. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does something else. I don't know, not like Fast and Furious, but similar type of franchise that's more to his tailoring.
Yeah.
Can I give one more note on John
Oh yeah.
Cena? And for all the WWE fans out there, I gotta believe people recognized in Fast Five when The Rock hit his finisher, the Rock Bottom. John Cena hit that guy with the attitude adjustment through the second floor. Or
Yeah.
spoiler
Yes,
now, but he hit his
yes.
finisher, and I was waiting for that because from getting it with The Rock and now John Cena hitting their finishers in a Hollywood movie was awesome.
That was a good
Like
scene.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, John Cena might have been my favorite part of this movie. Like now I'm thinking about it,
I,
like just like that, because I think the action sequences here they were few and far between. Like you would get like one every like 25-ish minutes, you know. And I'm at that point, it's like, dude, I'm here at Fast and Furious. I'm watching. I want to see more cars hit cranes to like knock off fire bombs. I want to see more of that stuff. But like seeing John Cena like in his physical prowess, like we know what he can do, bring levity, have that comedy, but to see show like the physicality that he brings, like that was awesome. That scene, that I was like, oh, I've totally forgot he was gonna be a part of this movie. It was almost like one of the few like surprises that I got at the beginning. So that was nice to see.